Thank you so much for being with us. And I want to welcome again everybody to Networking with Purpose. This is one of our quarterly events that we do here at BESThq. And again, I'm James Archie with Serving Neighbors, one of the strategic partners. So let me show a real quick video on overview of the Deschutes River Athletic Complex. Maupin DRAC is what we usually call it. And then we'll go to live from Maupin. So hopefully everything is good to go here.
So I think I had the idea when I was in 8th grade. It was just, hey, why don't we have a real track? Why hasn't someone done this? And then, my parents were like, well, why don't you be the problem solver and you be the person that makes it happen?
We haven't seen a track meet here since 1974. If we could put on a home track meet, our community is going to rally around that. They're going to get excited.
The vision is to build a world-class facility, but also create a community asset, super impactful for the community, the track team, the football team, the school, but it also blended agricultural education, outdoor recreation, tourism, and it has a great economic impact on this community. I see the potential of bringing in world-class athletes, teams, is interacting with high school, middle school kids to really share the beauty and the impact that they could have on this community.
A new world-class facility where world-class runners could come and set times here on our track.
So I'd love to be the first one to be on the Maupin track and break 4 minutes.
All right. Well, I'm super excited to be able to do a couple things here and to introduce folks that are actually engaged in what we're doing. So super excited to be a part of all these amazing things. And I'm adding Mr. Ron White there in Maupin. So welcome to Networking with Purpose, Mr. Ron. I love that t-shirt. I haven't seen those yet.
There we go. Is that better?
Yes, it is. Looking good. Awesome. Welcome. It's like the sun's about to set. It's getting a little bit darker there.
Well, it's a beautiful day here in Maupin. I'm so excited. This is Ron with the BESThq community, and just so excited to be here. Literally, just sharing this story with community. We've got some great friends around us. This amazing project, a beautiful day, a beautiful space, and thank you everyone for joining on Zoom, and also for those here on the site enjoying this space. So hey, this is a time to come together, and how if you didn't already know, we do these quarterly. This particular project is a special one. It is one of our Purposeful projects that was brought forward from one of the members of the community. Incubator U said, hey, Ron, I got this person that talked to me from Maupin, something about this odd-shaped track, and you think this is something that you can take a look at, and maybe there's something we can do to get involved. That person's name was Michael Bergman, and long story short, 2 years ago, he came out. He said, Ron, let's take a trip out. There's some good folks out in Maupin that have this idea to help their kids, the local community, activate this amazing track space. They need a little help to help sort out the project and move it forward. And boy, it's been an honor and a privilege to be part of the journey. Again, we lifted up this particular project at the Biz Expo West way back in April. This community has come together. It's amazing that the Miles family in particular, as well as Stan Kelsey and Don Jacqueline, who one of the persons originally just invited out. I knew something was up special here when Mayor Lynn said, hey, we're behind this. We want this to happen for our community. So without further ado, again, it's my privilege to be a part of this, just to be a little bit to help move it forward. They've done all the heavy lifting, all the hard work. Kirby Nagelhout's out here with James Dean and other subcontractors doing the track you're seeing behind me. And the National Guard's been involved. It goes on and on. But I'm going to get out of the way here. What I'm going to do is introduce my good friend Michael Bergman from Incubator U, one of the BESThq community members, and he's going to share the rest of the story. This is how this actually came together. And it's really important to note that this is a part of the journey. So what we're doing here is showing you a track, but there's a broader vision. And the broader vision is what Michael initially incubated with Incubator U, and has some real meaningful impact to community here. So without further ado, Mr. Bergman.
All right, here we are in Maupin. So my name is Michael Bergman. My company is Incubator U, and I have a few different hats. And I was with Nike for over 30 years, but a passionate track and field athlete, but also coach, program builder. And when I was invited out here to take a look at the facility, I ended up going to the teacher's lounge at the South Wasco County High School and ended up having a meeting with there was going to be 2 or 3 people there, but ended up being about 8 or 9. And as I walked out onto the track and looked out over the Deschutes River Canyon, it dawned on me that this could be something even more spectacular than just a track. I always look at track and running as a sport as really a social change through sport. And tracks to me signify gathering places, whether it's for a community, a game, or even a graduation. So seeing this spectacular view in Maupin has 6 inches of rain a year, 320 days of sun. It was a spectacular location to really help them figure out how to make this dream come true. I'm also the president of the Portland Track Organization, which enables me to connect with world-class athletes and meets that will, we potentially could have meets out on the field here. So we started this just before the pandemic, and we are full of grit and determination. But I have to say, it's such an honor being part of a small community and seeing the impact that it has. But as people, have joined us along the journey, it's not just people in the Maupin community. It is people, from Kirby Nagelhout and Sedar Architects and, James Dean and, the city of Maupin. And there's been so many people that have really have bought into this vision that it's really made it a satisfying journey. And as Ron said, we're not done, but we're well on our way. You can see behind us, the track is starting to form, and in the next week, it'll look really like a track.
Outstanding. Well, I understand we have some special guests here, Michael.
Yeah. One of the key things about building a track and the social change through sport is, it's really, to me, about the student athletes. And if we were able to provide, and you saw some of the earlier videos, and last week, I ended up going over to school, and one of the things I absolutely love doing, come on over, ladies, is taking a picture of the record board. And what I was talking to these young student athletes about was, once this track goes in, how do you think that record board is going to change? And one of the things that I've always seen, you build a great facility and you ended up getting a lot more kids out for the sport, not only at the high school level, but middle school, primary school, clubs, regional, but then also it attracts talented coaches, and then it kind of feeds upon itself. And I think one of I like the thought of taking that picture last week of the record board, and I'm going to have these student athletes introduce themselves and tell what events they run, and then what record records they think are going to fall first?
Alrighty, so my name is Holly Miles. I'm a senior this year. I do the 100 and 300 meter hurdles. Well, I try to. And I also do triple jump, long jump, kind of whatever my coach throws me in. And personally, I'm coming for the 300 meter record. So that's what I think is going to fall first.
I'm Julie Hull, and I'm a sophomore this year. I run the 400, 200, 4x400 relay, and also long jump. And I would definitely, hopefully, want the 400 girls record to go and have me replace that.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sadie McCoy, and I'm a junior here. I run the 3,000, 1,500, 800, and then like some of the relays. And I would really hope for the 800 record.
Right. So the other thing I wanted to ask is, when you walked onto the track today, what were your first impressions as you actually walked on the, it's still gravel, but it's the shape of the track. We saw the shot put pit. We saw the long jump pits. What was your first reaction when you started walking around the track?
Well, my first impression is I think of the difference in practice. So like the difference between what the dirt that I'm standing on now and then the rubber that it will be. And honestly, how scary that's going to be because coach is going to kick our butts, but that's a good thing. So it's good, but a little nerve wracking because
Now you don't have any excuses.
Exactly.
Right, yeah. I thought it was very spectacular to see that we actually had real facilities and shapes of what it should actually look like, and so it would actually come together, especially in practice, and be able to host meets. So I thought that was very exciting to see.
I thought it was amazing. I've been running on the little cinder track that we had since I was a little baby, and so it's crazy to actually walk around it and it be like a normal track, something that we can run on in the future.
So now that you see this track being built, you have some home field advantage. So what are some of the things that you're going to do, and in order to take advantage of that home field position as the South Wasco Red Side track team?
Well, for starters, as a hurdler, it's almost impossible to hurdle on dirt. So as the home team and this being a real track eventually, I'm really looking forward to taking advantage of running a full 100 meters of hurdles because I haven't been able to do that unless I'm at a meet, which is rough. My times aren't great for that exact reason, but that's okay. They'll get better. So I'm really looking forward to that as a hurdler. So.
And where did you practice before the hurdles?
So I actually set up 2 or 3 on our long jump pit, which was not paved. Oh no, it wasn't paved. It was just rubber mats, like thick rubber mats that would like slide when you run. And which again, not good for hurdling. An upgrade from the dirt, but barely.
I'm excited to take advantage of having the practice facility where also our meet would be held. Like feeling a real track underneath your feet will be definitely helpful when you are running that in a real meet because you know exactly how it feels and you've practiced on a real track.
I'm going to be taking advantage of the fact that our community is going to be sitting out here watching us and cheering us on. So we'll actually, have our community behind us and supporting us with multiple events like they do that in the gym, but they're going to be out here on our track.
Yeah, that's awesome. And if I was one of the athletes, if I was on your team, here's where I would look at as home field advantage is I would come around on the backstretch. I'd distract my competitors and have them look down the canyon and then start my kick. How about that for so there's some coaching advice for you. So I think so we've got not only track, but this event, this venue you'll be able to host football games. So think about, you said on our way down there when I pointed out the light poles, you're like, yeah, Friday Night Lights. So what does that mean for the community, for the team spirit, and, you know, just for the general, you know, being able to have the community come and gather, you know, to get.
Yeah, it's gonna be super cool. You know, for like volleyball and basketball games, a lot of our community does show up to support because our community is really involved, and you know, we're kind of, since we're so small, we're like, our community is centered around the school because it's like kind of it's just the center. Don't know what else to add on top of that, but so it'll be really cool to have track meets also be part of that, because it'll be a good facility where people are like actually proud of what we have. A lot of people, you know, we'll have visiting teams come and then we're like, oh yeah, and that's our track over there, don't look at it please, it's really embarrassing. But now we're gonna be like, hey, that's our track, like we're gonna kick your butts now. So it's just gonna be really cool to have the community there, and just yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great idea, especially for the athletes and also the community, because it's a great social event after you don't have to distance and masks. But with the lights, I really enjoyed, because people who don't usually come to games or track events, more people would be interested in coming. And I think that's a great just event to come to for people who don't normally come to. You can attract more people.
Yeah, personally, I'm really excited for the football field. Our football boys are practicing up on the baseball field, and they're ready to come down here and kick some butt on our new field under the lights. Like, I think they're pretty excited for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So, you know, in addition to, you know, to me, the centerpiece is the school, the student athletes, the community. But one of the other areas of impact that I see is this, you know, being able to bring people from outside of Maupin, you know, to the community, whether it's through cycling, other track meets. Portland, I'm looking forward to having Portland track, having some pop-up meets out here and live streaming them to the world. The Oregon 22 World Championships is coming to Oregon next summer. So I'd love to potentially have some world-class athletes out here setting some track records. But also that we're building the facility as we're starting to finish all the funding. We have not only the track, but the field. We're setting up a food cart pod over on the one side of the track. And there are also, in phase 3, we are looking at putting in a stage for small music festivals. And also there's so many groups that could use, from the tribes to Cycle Oregon, could really optimize this facility. But then it also brings people into the town of Maupin and really brings some economic impact to the community. Right. Oh, okay, so I think we're set. So thank you for and we look forward to next time we come out here, and this track will be paved and covered with urethane surface, and we will be taking pictures and video of you competing at the Maupin Deschutes River Athletic Complex. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Bergie. Hey, I got a couple other special guests and the future track Hall of Famers. Hey, we have a couple other special guests, and then we're gonna wrap it and go into the rest of the networking time. This, as Bergie mentioned, is about this bigger vision and opportunity. What you see behind me is the sort of the base, the foundation. And on site today, we have the engineer and the architect that has helped make that happen. So I'll call over Neil and Mark. Come on up here.
Woohoo!
And so this is Neil Pietrok with Bradford Engineering and Mark Sedar with Sedar Urban Architecture and Design. Thank you so much for coming on out. And as Bergie mentioned here, there's a multiple phases of activity here. It started last summer with the National Guard coming in and bringing in over 5,000 yards of material that filled that back corner there. And it's happening now. What you're seeing is the foundation. I'm going to turn it over to Neil. He's going to talk a little bit about what we're seeing behind, and then maybe if we can get the wide angle on the site as he's doing that. We'll talk a little bit about the track, and then hand it over to Mark and talk about phases 2, 3, 4, 5, and on.
Thank you, Ron, and thank you, Mark, for inviting me to be part of this project as a civil engineer. It's been really fun because, as Ron mentioned, there wasn't room for a track on this site, but we had the benefit of having the National Guard come in, bring in some fill, and then we wanted to fit this track on here, but we also wanted to make sure that it met international standards. So when the high school's using it, when another track meets here, they can set records that are legal records. And so that was a real fun part of the challenge for the site. And what you see behind us is the curbs and the asphalt that sets a very definite slope on this. We have the long jump pits that are back behind us that are all set to was IAAF standards. And so it's just really great project, real fun. And then there's the whole vision of the rest of the project, the stands, the future build out that Mark is going to talk about. So it's been great to be a part of a project that has a purpose bigger than just one thing. So it's been exciting as a civil engineer to be part of this project.
And thank you, Neil, as connected originally through the BESThq community. Really appreciate everything you've done for community. And I'll just add that Neil has been a champion of our Minecraft program, the BESThq's Minecraft program, STEAM Pathways. If you haven't already checked that out, it's connecting next gen STEAM professionals. Neil, thank you for your service in community and for being a part of this.
It's been great.
And then Mark, what's this future vision about?
Thanks, Ron. I think both you and Bergie talked a lot about that. It's the track and the absolute best kind of track you could have, but more than just that, it's the ambiance, everything that's going on here. This is one incredible project in that it not only has a number of future phases that we really hope happen in quick succession, but it's combined with a large school project that's going to add on to and remodel the schools that you see bordering the track and the facilities, and other projects in Hop and Maupin going on at the same time. You probably won't see per capita a more active construction site than Maupin, Oregon, anywhere. Certainly anywhere in Oregon. And we're a big part of that right now. And actually we're first out of the ground, which was pretty incredible, I thought. So it's been a great opportunity for us. We've been working in Maupin for almost over a decade now. We completed their civic center just in time to close it down for the COVID. Finally reopened again. That's their city hall and library. But then we were put in touch, I think, by Rob Miles with the group that was already actively engaged in trying to make DRAC happen. And it's just been great. We've got a master plan going. We'll probably tweak it a little bit more, but it's to not only finish the track that Neil and Ron and everyone have been working so hard on, but to add those all important spectator facilities, grandstands or bleachers, seating, actually more parking for the events and school district at the same time, an entry plaza that will feature places that food trucks can set up. So it's a complete events experience. We need to add some more restrooms. So our work's not done yet by any means, but just being out of the ground and seeing the track under construction, like Ron said, and Neil, you could set a world record in Maupin and it would count. Absolutely. So it's just been a great experience and we sure hope it moves ahead quickly. Thanks.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much, Mark. Gentlemen, we're almost done here from on site. And I'll just say that the other element of the amphitheater, this being a venue that people, a destination year round, this is economically very important to this rural community, and we're not done. So this is the first phase. If you go to www.maupindrac.org, they're still raising funds for the future vision. If you want to get connected as part of resources, any way, shape, or form, this is community in action in its finest, and definitely, clearly, the locals and broader Oregon is going to care about it. And
All right. Well, I think we just lost some audio there from Ron, so awesome. So you're getting a bird's eye view of that. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ron.
backup to the backup to the backup.
Yeah.
Hey, we're about wrapped out here. You can tell when the batteries are dying, that you're about done.
Yeah.
But if we have an
Yeah, we lost your audio again, Mr. Ron, so sorry about that. We can see the video panning through to see the track, and I did show the website and a couple of the early construction design shots, so super, super excited about all of this. It's going to be amazing.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. We're about done. But again, just check out the www.maupindrac.org. Get connected. Reach out to us at BESThq. Go straight to their organization. Maupin Area Chamber Endowment is who's making this happen. We're so proud to be a part of it. We're going to build it out, and we're going to build it together. We're going to make a difference together with and through community. So thank you, everyone, for showing up. Are there any questions? Any questions? I'll turn it back over to you, James, and you can take it from here.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be great to hear some questions. If I know Heather or Mike or Jill or Jenna, you got any questions? Go ahead and unmute. We did do a lot of talking, and I know Heather and Scott that was on the call earlier was interested in engaging, and there's a lot of chat going on right now, so awesome. Yeah? Don't have any questions? Nope, we're good to go.
All right. Well, hey, looking forward to staying in touch. Thank you all for joining. Take it away, James.
All right.
Good luck and great work, guys.
Heather says good luck and great work. Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, again, it's an honor to be with you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us and being a part of what we're doing. If you want to stick around for networking some more and getting to know, if you want to chat a little bit with each other, please go ahead and do that. If you want to sign off, we are so honored that you've been able to join us. And so super excited for next steps and be a part of BESThq. We meet 2 times a month on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday mornings for our executive briefing. So you can go to besthq.net. And then we have these quarterly events, and then we do a big annual expo. And then this particular Friday night is our STEAM Minecraft right here in this location, as well as virtually. We have, usually it's full every 3rd Friday. We engage kids with their parents and so forth to build all kinds of stuff. We've got a server for the Minecraft game, and it's just fun to teach young people engineering, math, science, technology, art, all through this amazing game where I used to build Lincoln Logs in these skyscrapers with these plastic sticks and stuff like that, and they build these incredible universes now, inside the computer. It's just crazy to watch that. I came home one time and my little son, who's now 12, was about 6 or 7, and I popped in the door and he said, "Dad, come here, look at this." And he had spent hours building out my name, Dad. And then he flipped the switch 2 or 3 times, and then he watched these fireworks take place, and then all of a sudden it exploded. So it was so much fun to see that happen. I took a little video of it, and it was kind of fun to share that. So anyway, this particular Friday, I'm not sure, around 6 or 7 is the time to get together. So if you can look at the website, the calendar of events. Let me show that really quickly here. I believe I have that up on the website here. Let me pull it back up. So besthq.net, and then if you go to our calendar, and you'll be able to see all the different events that are taking place. This is today's events, and then the BESThq. We do have a small business electricity utility forum that will also be on September the 24th. But yeah, the BESThq virtual STEAM Minecraft is from 5 to 7:30. And then we have the different executive briefings and so forth. And another cool thing that we're working on is we are engaging, putting together a Portland PDX CRN, Community Resource Network. And so there's a steering committee launch that's going to be taking place in September, and a lot of videos. If you go to our website, you can also click on our YouTube channel and be able to see more information about the Portland Metro Area Community Resource Network. That's an initiative with a lot of different nonprofits and government agencies and businesses working together to supply the needs and so forth. So super excited. Thank you so much, and we'll connect again.